Imagine you're standing right where you are now. The sky is calm, the air is still, everything feels perfectly normal. And then, in just a fraction of a second, the Earth stops spinning. No warning, no countdown, just a brief, eerie moment of silence before absolute chaos begins. Right now, the Earth is spinning at about 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. And everything on it, you, me, the buildings, the oceans, the air, we're all moving along with it. But if the Earth suddenly stops, we don't. We keep going. The inertia would send everything not anchored to the bedrock flying sideways at supersonic speeds. In those first few seconds, entire cities would be ripped from their foundations and thrown forward with unimaginable force. People would be hurled through the air like bullets. Cars, trees, and buildings would become deadly projectiles. Anything not firmly attached to the planet's core would be instantly wiped away, scoured clean from the surface. Then come the oceans. They don't know how to stop either. Their immense momentum would create massive walls of water, surging across the planet. We're talking about global tsunamis, hundreds, maybe thousands of meters high, crashing into continents with devastating force. Coastal cities like New York, Tokyo, and London would vanish in mere moments. The seas would no longer stay where they belong, reshaping the very face of our world. And what about the air? The atmosphere would also keep moving, creating winds faster than anything humans have ever experienced. These winds would rip across the land at speeds that make the most powerful hurricanes look like a gentle breeze. They would flatten forests, tear apart mountains, and create friction so intense that it could spark global firestorms. Breathing would become impossible in this hostile, superheated gale. After this initial wave of destruction, our world would enter a strange, new, and terrifying phase. One half of the Earth would be locked in permanent, scorching daylight. Temperatures would soar, boiling away any remaining water and turning the landscape into a burning desert. Nothing could survive this unending, blistering heat. The other half would be trapped in an endless, freezing night. Without the sun's warmth, temperatures would plummet to unimaginable lows. Everything would slowly turn to ice. Encased in total darkness, the concepts of morning and evening would cease to exist. There would only be the eternal burn and the endless freeze, but the planet itself wouldn't be done changing. Without the centrifugal force of its rotation, the Earth would begin to shift its shape. It would bulge at the equator and flatten at the poles. This deformation would trigger massive, planet-wide earthquakes that would make the ground itself unstable. The crust would crack, and volcanoes would erupt across the globe, spewing ash and lava everywhere. Even worse, Earth's magnetic field, our invisible shield that protects us from the sun's deadly radiation, is generated by the spinning of its molten core. If the rotation stops, that shield would collapse. Harmful cosmic rays and solar radiation would flood the surface, sterilizing whatever might have miraculously survived the initial cataclysm. The sky would no longer be a protective blanket, but a gateway for cosmic death. So, who survives? As time passes, life as we know it would be completely gone. No humans, no animals, no plants. Perhaps only the hardiest microorganisms, hidden deep underground or at the very bottom of the newly formed oceans, could endure. The rich, vibrant tapestry of life would be reduced to a few microscopic holdouts. So, if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning, it wouldn't just be a disaster. It would be the end of our world. And it would happen in a matter of minutes. Every what-if question is a story. And every story makes us think about our place in the universe.